Now, with the World Cup less than a week away, Brazil and FIFA have been confronted with protests about the lavish expense of hosting the tournament. FIFA and its president, Sepp Blatter, have also faced questions about the way the 2022 World Cup was awarded to Qatar, amid allegations of bribery in the bidding process. Our sports correspondent, Kamian Zerim, has been to Switzerland before travelling on to Brazil to examine how one of the richest bodies in world sport governs itself.
Every 4 years, every World Cup, these steps get a fresh coat of World Cup paint. But this time round, the job is still only half done. For in the favela, FIFA is a dirty word. Community activist Elena Mendes guides me through a maze of haphazard back routes. Providencia is Rio's oldest favela. It boasts the finest view in all the city. Spectacular it is, but while Christ redeems the city below him, in the favelas, workers clear the detritus of life. Although Elena might wear her country's colours with pride, up in these hills there is anger that the billions Brazil has spent building stadia are billions that FIFA will take home in profit.
It's an absolute waste, a total waste of money.
Who is the World Cup for?
For tourists, for people from other countries. For the Brazilian citizen? No, it's not. We are a house for people to come and visit.
And despite the bunting, it is not a happy house. In the run-up to this World Cup, nationwide street protests and yet more scandal. Qatar. FIFA bosses, though, don't want to talk much about their ongoing investigation into alleged corruption. Corruption the Qataris strongly deny.
I am not a prophet, that's all. So we wait the results and we will see what will happen. We have had today
and the money FIFA will make from Brazil, well, they defend their golden goose to the end.
Given the protests that we've all seen over the last year here in Brazil about the money spent on the World Cup and the money that FIFA makes, how do you justify how much money FIFA make? Thank you.
Half of the money we are making, more or less half of the money we are making is going directly back to the World Cup.
Which translates to this: half FIFA's World Cup earnings end up as profit. Contrast that with the detail. Brazil will spend some $12 billion on World Cup-related infrastructure. When Brazil won the bid in 2007, the government promised the 12 stadia, the biggest outlay, would cost no more than $1 billion. But it's estimated they have in fact sucked up nearly $4 billion, less than the figure Zurich-based FIFA are set to make. Of that $4.5 billion in revenues, a massive controversial tax exemption that will divert as much as $500 million to FIFA coffers, money that would otherwise stay in Brazil.
President Blatter, are you worried about the reputation of FIFA given the protests and concerns about money?
Mr. Blatter didn't answer, but FIFA's reputation is key. For his organisation is also under pressure to clean up its act at home, in famously secretive Switzerland.
We've come to Switzerland, to the Swiss Parliament, to talk to a Swiss MP who's campaigning to introduce strict new anti-corruption laws aimed at FIFA.
FIFA like Switzerland for a reason. There's very little government or financial oversight. Roland is introducing new legislation that could force FIFA to open up its books like never before.
FIFA is a huge company. They make more than 1 billion turnover a year in pounds. They are organized like a small association, like a yodeling association in a mountain village, and they should not be organized like a small yodeling association in a mountain village, but like a normal company of the size they are.
It is all about transparency. Professor Mark Pieth agrees. He was commissioned by FIFA itself to advise them on reform. And ultimately, he says, Switzerland may need to make them change.
We could actually do it by saying, okay, tax breaks only if you're totally transparent. A bit like what in the UK is done with charities. FIFA has reserves of around 1.3 billion Swiss francs at the moment, and it's still a non-profit. difficult to understand.
The residents of Providencia find it hard to understand too. Are their streets safer? Here, yes. Armed traffickers used to patrol these alleys. Now it's armed police. But is this too for the tourists? Or for the people who'll still live here when FIFA have long gone? Across the country, the favela pacification program accelerated as the World Cup approaches. And all at what cost? When Brazilians count how much their country spent on a World Cup, many feel just isn't for them.